question. But I think that we are just 7. Now we're actually 8. We have one additional, and it's not now, but it's in the final part of last year we had a new member. But the 3 decided that we could be on the stage with 5. I think they made this decision. Our leader made this decision, so we just followed him.
Okay.
And this was very emotional. A bit. We thought for a while about this, but then we followed this.
But they're of course back in Georgia, supporting you and suffering with you.
Yeah,
while they're
of course. Every time messaging us, every time calling us, what's happening, so on. So we try to update them as much as we can.
What does Iriao mean? Does it have a meaning? Is it a name?
So he'll speak Georgian?
Yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
საქართველოში არის ძალიან პოპულარული და განსხვავებული შესრულება ხალხური სიმღერისა. ეს არის იოდლი, რომელსაც ქვია სახელად კრიმანჭული.
This is a beautiful language. I'm so glad you're singing in your language.
Thank you.
So pretty.
What is he saying? That this title was chosen by our leader. He's actually sitting here, and we just agreed immediately because Iriao is a kind of respect to our old singers and composers, folk singers, I mean, because Georgian polyphony and the singing is very rich. As you know, this has been recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage of mankind. So David decided that this word could express somehow a respect to them, since we use some of the elements from the folk and traditional polyphonic singing.
საინტერესოა რომ ამის შესრულება ყველას არ შეუძლია. უნდა კონდეს განსაკუთრებული მონაცემები იმისთვის რომ შეძლო იოდლის შესრულება.
Yeah, what about the word exactly Iriao? Iriao is a part of Georgian yodeling, which is characterized in 1 or 2 regions in Georgia. This is West Georgia. This is Guria, where it has the strongest polyphony. And in the polyphony, in some of the songs, you can meet the yodeling with the higher notes. Like we can show it later.
For example.
Yeah. Can you give us an example?
For example,
რომელიც ჟღერს ასე.
Yeah, it's a high voice.
Wow. Suddenly I thought that the Romanian act from last year was coming in on stage to join you. What I love about Georgian, not just your language, so I could hear you speaking in Georgian all day, but it's also that you're bringing so many different styles to Eurovision. You have like cabaret songs and pop songs and ethnic numbers, and now you're bringing the polyphonic sound. And I also know, Misha, that you're quite a big fan of Eurovision. So from all these Georgian different styles, which is your favorite? What's your favorite Georgian song in Eurovision?
მე ვფიქრობ რომ ძალიან საინტერესოა ევროვიზიაზე რა ეს ყველაფერი შეგიძლია ქვეყანამ წარმოადგინო თავიდან ბოლომდე. ნებისმიერი ჟანრით შენ შეგიძლია ძალიან საინტერესო ნაწარმოები შექმნა, რომელიც 3 წუთში შეიძლება გააერთიანო.
Yeah, he thinks that Eurovision is the space where the representatives from each country can represent freely the styles of music. So he very much adores that there is this diversified style of music. So he likes this, loves this.
ამ შემთხვევაში 2018 წელს საქართველო ეცადა რომ მაქსიმალურად ყველაფერი ის რაც საქართველოს ახასიათებს ჩაედო ამ სიმღერაში, რომელსაც ქვია შენი გულისთვის. და მე მგონი ჩვენ ეს გამოგვივიდა საინტერესოდ და ვფიქრობ რომ ძალიან ბევრი არის ამ სიმღერაში ნაფიქრი თუ რა შეიძლება გააერთიანო, რა შეიძლება ჩადო. ჩვენ შევეცადეთ რომ ყველაფერი რაც შეიძლება გაგვერთიანებინა მოვაქციეთ ამ 3 წუთში.
Yeah, he thinks that this entry from Georgia in 2018 is purely based on traditional, not only in singing, but the message is purely Georgian, because this for you, as I said in Georgian, Sheni Gulistris, is based on a very strong message that comes from a very famous poet, I think the most famous, Shotarus Tabeli. He wrote the poem The Night Under the in the tiger skin. So this for you is the message from so not only music, but we did our best to put the message also Georgian. So yeah.
დევასთავარია, ამ სიმღერაში ჩვენ ჩავდეთ სითბო და სიყვარული, რომელიც კიდევ უფრო მაგრა გააერთიანებს ევროვიზიის ყველა კონკურსანტს. ჩვენი ასე ვთქვათ, მიზანი არის, რომ ჩვენ ქართველები ყველასთან ერთად, ევროვიზიის მონაწილე ქვეყნებთან ერთად დავდგეთ და ის სითბო და სიყვარული ვანახოთ.
It's a very interesting fact about us is that most of the members of EBU come from the early childhood, and the message for you has been, I think, the main message from us, because yeah, for you can be translated in other ways, not me but we. And this message is also very close to Iriao members, because we grew up together and that we are together and we're going to be together in the future with this messaging, holding like a flag.
I just love how serious musicians you are. I'm sorry I'm monopolizing this conversation. I could just go on here, but now we can have your questions. Yeah, there. Thank you.
Good morning, Team Georgia. JP from Radio International.
Hello.
Amazingly, you've been to many countries performing your music, just like Indonesia, Borneo, Malaysia. Which was the most exciting place you've been to, and which place you would really love to perform your music at?
Okay,
apart from Eurovision.
I think Sharka would answer about this.
Hello. Thank you for your question. The most emotional was for us Java Jazz Festival, Indonesia, performing with artists like Richard Bona, Bobby McFerrin, and Chris Botti, and so on. Yeah.
So we think probably this was the biggest experience we had this far. As far as this festival is among top 5 jazz festivals in the world, so we had a chance to meet the very big names there. So it was a big experience for Iriao, and it was actually 2015, about 2 years after the band was founded. So yeah, it was a big challenge as well, and yeah, we would choose this one, Java Jazz in Indonesia. Yeah.
They want to go to Indonesia, we all want to go to Georgia. Yeah, there. Yes, Bulgaria.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Sveta Chavdarova from EurovisionBulgaria.com, and I was wondering about your announcement. I mean, you were announced to represent Georgia in the last day of the year. So, did you guys celebrate this together, and did you combine this celebration together with the welcoming of the new year? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, I think this was very much emotional and very much surprising, because we didn't know that they selected us internally, and this was a very, very big surprise for us. Of course, we celebrated. By the way, we had a concert the same night on 21st of December, and it was just announced, and we together were just in shock. It was very, very, very exciting moment, and we together celebrated, not only we, but all of our friends together.
Thank you. Here in the front row.
Hi, hello, I'm Simon from Polish Radio Newsletter. Welcome, Georgia, on board. Well, first of all, I'd love to say that probably you call the voice of Salvador Sobral because actually you don't represent fast food music at all here in the Eurovision Song Contest. But my question is, well, what you expect from presenting completely different style in this year's Eurovision Song Contest? You are unique. So what is your expectation here? And one more remark, actually when you presented your song in 2014, it was also different. And you were just before Poland like this year. So we are not neighbors only, but friends. So congratulations and good luck.
Thank you for your question.
Okay. Yes, this music is different, but we have a very high expectations as far as we just have read every single comments and the reviews about it, and I think Eurovision is outstanding opportunity for all the entries, because you get the voice, you get the call of people, what they think about you, about your, I don't know, the music, the video, and all of the rest. So this was a great opportunity for us. We sat and discussed all of the comments and all of the reviews about us, and yeah, we think that most of the people have a very positive emotion about this, and we are very much pleased to get this. And of course, the comments that we received that disliked the song, this is also very much important for us, and we consider some of the comments from them. And yeah, this is Gentile. Yeah, I can see the.
Yeah, he's there.
Sorry.
And I know that
about the Poland.
from Poland.
Last year was before. Georgia was before. Can you repeat the question about this?
I'm sorry, you need to speak on the microphone, otherwise nobody can hear you.
It was just a remark that in 2014, when you were on the stage in the Eurovision stage in Copenhagen with completely different style as well, we were just after you like this year.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, thank you. And actually, we love Poland, and we are related. Iriao is related to Poland because the first album that we recorded was in Rogalov. Do you know this place?
It's near Lublin.
Near Lublin, yeah. This place where we were brought. We didn't know the exact interior and exterior of the studio, and we were brought to some village. And first, we thought that we were lost and kidnapped. And when we entered the studio, it was a really authentic, purely old way of recording on the bubble. Yeah, it was outstanding. And only one person was managing the whole studio, and we recorded it live. We have a live. First album is live, not separately. We just sat, and the whole performance was live. And this is a big experience from Poland. We love you.
I have to tell you that Salvador, when he knew that there was a jazz band representing a country in Eurovision, he reacted with a yeah. So,
we heard that.
He was super happy that you were coming here on the 5th row. Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, Emilia Giacometti from Eurovision Croatia. First of all, I have a master's degree in ethnology, so I'm really glad that I can hear another part of cultural heritage. So this is my question: how the Georgian polyphonic singing is in the UNESCO list of heritage?
Yes.
How does it feel to perform that kind on a stage like Eurovision? Because we know that this is mostly a pop song festival.
Thank you for the question. Maybe Buba or... Yeah, I think the answer here is not one and straight, because our song is not purely very traditional and very cultural heritage representing song. This is just based on this. And actually, the polyphony that UNESCO recognized was really much more different, with a very complicated polyphonic way and style of singing, with the overtones, even not there are hundreds of details for the polyphony that Georgia carries, and each region of Georgia, starting from the east, from the west, it dramatically changes. So I don't think that this very song is very directly representing the Georgian way and culture and style. It's somehow based on this. In saying based on this, I say that there is some 3 voices of polyphony that we use in the middle, actually with the heart beating, and there are the words that explaining what for you means, and this heart beating actually is the moment when you give a hand to another, when you share something to another, and in response you get some feeling and emotion, and this is the heart beating that you're happy about this. And so I think it's more based on the emotions, on the message, and the polyphony with the chorus with this way, I think.
There's a lot of ethnic sounds, but also fusion with other types of sounds. So here, first row, microphone there.
Hi, it's Cristina Giuntini from OGE, Italy. First of all, I want to thank you because your song is my winner this year.
Wow, thank you very much.
And my question is, you're used to perform on live instruments, this I'm sure. And doesn't it feel a bit weird having to perform on a recorded track?
Uba will answer. Thank you for the question.
ეს არის პირველი გამოწვევა.
Can you just put the microphone? Yeah.
ჩვენთვის ეს პირველი გამოწვევაა. პირველად შევხვდით ასეთ მდგომარეობას, რომ მოგვიწევს ფონოგრამაზე სიმღერის შესრულება. ალბათ ეს გზაც უნდა გაგვევლო, როგორც ჯგუფს, იმიტომ რომ აქ სხვანაირად შესაძლებელი იყო მონაწილეობა და წარდგენა ჩვენი კულტურის.
Yeah, he agrees that this is a kind of one of the first experiences for us that we sing the live vocal and the instruments are back vocal, back instruments. But I think that also there is a concert, a performance that we're going to have on 7th of May, and there we had this very problem because we don't have these minus song tracks that we can add the voice on only. So we had a different outcome in this. So we're gonna.
Where are you performing?
This is, I think, the open performance in the street on 7th.
Near the village, probably.
Yeah. So we will try to do it like a cappella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you do a bit for us as a last surprise? A bit of your polyphonic sounds.
Okay, this is all. We don't show you the whole part.
Wow.
Could you continue? Thank you.
What a privilege. Thank you so much. Iriao just brought us a bit of Georgian heaven, guys, and thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.